It's now time for the Rebuild Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to March 22nd of the year 2025 when the Nashville Predators were hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs in the third game of a homestand. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his offensive lines and defensive pairings in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Evangelista, Bunting, Stamkos, and Marchessault, Smith, Svechkov, and Bellows, LaRue, McCarron, and Sissons. No, not exactly the opening night roster. Shea and Blankenberg, Delgaizo, and Barron, Englund, and Stastny make up your defensive pairings, and UC Saros gets the start in net. We find ourselves at the 35-second mark of the first period where Saros comes up with the save on McMahon. It's the first shot on goal of the game. It takes until 4:07 of the first period to find our next activity. That's when UC Saros comes up with a save on Ekman Larson. Another high-quality save at the beginning of the game. 4:35 now of the first. Woll comes up with a save on McCarron. That's the first Preds shot for the game. 5:25. Woll a save on Forsberg. 6:46. Woll a save on Bellows. The Predators waking up just a little bit. 8:21 now of the first period. Saros comes up with a save on Carlo at the 9:05 mark of the first. Evangelista off the box. 2 minutes for high sticking, giving us our first special teams scenario of the game, and it is benefiting the Maple Leafs because Tavares is cashing in with his 30th goal of the season. Just a rip of a wrist shot. Blocker side, the Maple Leafs showing some high offensive skill, converting quickly on this power play to take a 1-0 lead at Bridgestone Arena. 11:16 now, just past the halfway point of the first period, and it's Saros coming up with a save on McCann, but then at 13:05, Toronto on the board a second time, taking a 2-0 lead on Marner's 22nd goal of the season. A wrist shot snipe off of a face-off win, a perfectly drawn up and executed play. It was, in fact, the excellence of execution on this particular play, and it looked as good as it can. Marner's 22nd puts the Leafs up 2-0 immediately after. It looks like the Leafs take a 3-0 lead at 14:10 of the first when Lawton puts the puck into the net. It was a high tip from the circle. It is reviewed. It is overturned. Take that goal off the board. Set it back to 2-0. The Predators still have some life in this game. 16:35 now of the first period. Woll coming up with the save on since the 16:45 mark of the first. It's Bellows off the box. 2 minutes for hooking, putting the Leafs back on the power play. Saros a save on Marner, then Saros a save on Nyes at the 20-minute mark at the end of the period. Nyes off the box. 2 minutes for interference. This provides the Nashville Predators a full 2-minute power play to start the second period. So let's go back to the end of the first. It's 2-0 in favor of the Leafs. The Leafs are also out shooting Nashville 12-6. We do start on the clean sheet with the Predators on a power play, and Woll coming up with a save on Stamkos not once but twice. And then it was Bunting picking up his 15th goal of the season. Svechkov's feed from below the goal line. Bunting crashing hard and getting the Predators on the board against his former team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs still lead 2-1. 3:30 now of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Marner, 4:51 mark of the second. Woll comes up with a save on McCarron, the 8:05 mark of the second period. It's Holmberg. It hits the crossbar at the 9:15 mark of the second. Just before the halfway point of this game, it's Bellows tying the game up at 2 apiece with his second goal of the season. Svechkov digs the puck loose in the D zone, sends it to Cole Smith over to Bellows, who rips a wrist shot that I do not believe Woll thought he was capable of. We're halfway through this game. We're tied up at 2 apiece after the Predators looked like they were going to get run out of their own rink in the first. 10:44 now of the second period. It's Saros coming up with a save on Nylander at the 12:43 mark. It's Woll coming up with a save on Blankenberg. The rebound crash by Forsberg, the much more impressive save. Blankenberg more shooting for that rebound, and Forsberg reading that play to perfection. He was all over Woll in this game. 14:44 of the second. Saros comes up with a save on Lorentz at the 16:13 mark of the second period. It's Woll coming up with a save on Brady Shane at 19:13 of the second. It's Forsberg with his 26th goal of the season. I call this one relentless poking, just not giving up on the play. Multiple defenders and the goaltender around, but Forsberg finds the loose puck, jams it into the net, and the Predators take a 3-2 lead before the end of the second period. At the end of the second period, the Predators are out shooting Toronto Maple Leafs 19-17, so the Predators generate 13 shots on goal and 3 goals in the third period. Impressive comeback after the first 20 minutes. 7 seconds into the third period, Saros coming with a save on Nyes, 3:21 mark of the third. It's Saros coming up with a save on Matthews, the 4:09 mark of the third period. Saros comes up with a save on McMahon's rush jam attempt. A really unusual style rush right here, but it almost worked. 5:37 now of the third is Domi off the box, 2 minutes for delay of game. Woll comes up with a save on O'Reilly's deflection, plus numerous other saves. The Predators were just buzzing and firing the pucks from everywhere. I don't even know how many ended up on net, but I do know the number of shot attempts was pretty extraordinary over about a 90-second span, and then it continued as the Predators returned to regular strength hockey. 8:46 now of the third. It's Wall coming with save on bunting at 10:17. Luke Evangelista's seventh goal of the season comes off of a feed from Forsberg. Forsberg does a give and go with Evangelista coming over the line, takes it over to the half wall, and feeds it right back to the low slot where Luke Evangelista is ready for the slick finish against his boyhood hometown team. Luke Evangelista gives the Nashville Predators a 4-2 lead here in the third period. 10:32 now of the third. It's Blankenberg. 2 minutes for high sticking. Saros comes over with a save on Matthews. Under intense pressure, the Preds PK is able to hold the line. 13:55 now of the third period. It's Benoit. 2 minutes for slashing. Woll comes up with a save on Forsberg, but Saros has to come up with the bigger save. Short-handed 2-on-1 rush on comp. The Leafs almost found a way to get their third goal of the game right here. Shorthanded, 16:40 now at the third. Saros, a save on Matthews. 17:05. Saros, a save on McCabe. 17:48. Saros, a save on Nylander. And 18:35. Saros, a save on Riley before Forsberg at 19:23 gets the empty net goal with a little bit of backhand flair for his 27th of the season. The Predators take a 5-2 lead, and they win this game by that score of 5-2, outshooting the Leafs 32-26 overall in a game where it looked like the Predators were going to get run out of the rink. They were down 2-0 for a brief time, down 3-0 before the review took that third goal off the board. And then after that, the Leafs were not quite the same team. The Predators were also not the same team. Second period, one of their best periods they've had in quite some time. Hell, they scored 3 goals against a very good team in the Toronto Maple Leafs and a very good goalie in Woll. So the Predators earn this very hard-fought victory. They come back from down 2. They win this game by a total of 5-2, and they outshoot the Leafs 32-26. They close out the homestand at least with a good note for the, 15 to 20% of the fans that were in the building that were actually Nashville Predators fans. Hockey night in Canada, the Maple Leafs, it sure was an opportunity for seemingly everybody to come on down from Toronto, because that Go Leafs Go chant at the beginning of the game, that's one of the loudest visiting chants I've ever heard in Bridgestone Arena. Listen, I know things aren't going well for the Preds this season, but that was shocking. Predators, I think, responded to that moment. I think that was one of the motivating factors. Coaches calling them out the other day, the visiting fans taking over their building and cheering against them. The Nashville Predators, significant signature win right here. One of the best that they've had of this entire season. That's going to do it for the Real Sports Full Game Recap. We've got analysis, we've got box score, we've got so much more coming up next on the Renegades of Puck podcast.